Hello, hello. Happy Monday, everyone. When you hop on, say hello. I'm running just a little bit behind. I don't even have the water in the tanks yet. I'll do that now. It's like right before I go live, I have all of these ideas about, oh, I could quickly do this, and oh, I could quickly do that, but it's not so quick. So, did everyone have a nice Monday? Hi, hello, hello. Myonia, I hope I say that right. I have to stop and think about that one. Hi, Alicia. Welcome, welcome. I'm just getting the water put in the tank. I usually try to do this when I get home. I was so hungry tonight that I came in from the office and I put the bottles out here by the tank, and then I went right in the house and had dinner. So there's one. So I am filling this tank with 2 of these 3-gallon bottles of water. And I don't use 5-gallon bottles because I don't think I can lift them. Hi, Bobby, welcome. Ugh. These things are heavy. Did everyone have a nice Monday? It was a Monday. It's always difficult for me to adjust from my creative life at home to the office. So Mondays are always a little bumpy. All right, there we go. Water is in the tank. Hi, Judy. Welcome. All right. Okay, there's that done. It's always a mad scramble on Monday nights when I get back from the office to getting, I get up at 5 and then I have a little over an hour or right around an hour depending on traffic, commute. And then I try to get dinner because I'm usually always starving. And then it's time to play. So, except for me going, oh, I wonder if I can do this before it's time. I wonder if I can get this ready. So, tonight, well, I guess I should start at the beginning. Hi, Marilyn. My name is Linda Anderson. I own Aqueous Silk LLC. I'm a water marbling artist and the developer of the Bean Box. And tonight we are going to do some onesies. We're going to do some bodysuits. We're going to marble some bodysuits. And I made a new little template. I've been trying to find something that's flexible to put down to help me put the onesies on the water, yet protect the other side from getting wet, because once the fabric is wet, it will not accept paint. So I bought this yesterday, and I don't know if it's going to be flexible enough, but we're going to try it. Because I need something that's very flexible, but yet will hold its shape. So I've been experimenting with things. But if you wouldn't mind sprinkling out this video, I would greatly appreciate that. So I'm going to see if I can get this little guy on the form. I know I broke it yesterday when I was trying, but that just gives it some flexibility is what I'm thinking. Because I can then move this side up. See how it's broken right here? Hi, Jean. Welcome. Okay. I'm just gonna fit it on the board. And this helps it hold its shape, not get all wrinkly, and not get the other side wet. There we go. I got it on there. Hallelujah. We'll see it. We'll see how it is. Hi, Rhonda. Hi, Shelly. Welcome. Thank you for sprinkling. Yeah, I am trying to grow my page, so if you would sprinkle out the video, I would greatly appreciate it. Be sure to like and follow my page as well. Okay. Get the snap snapped. All right, there we go. See that we always have trouble with the sleeves, holding them in position, because when you pick this up, it all wants to get floppy if there's nothing inside. A lot of times before I had a form, I put Glad Press and Seal on the inside, and that keeps the water from coming through both layers. But I'm hoping this will work. We'll see. I thought about yesterday, I was kind of Googling something, you know, that's flexible but would stand up in a form. Hello, Elaine. And the cutting boards came up, and if I got a thicker one, that might work. So there it is on the board, all nice and white. Let's see, let me bring this up on the iPad, because I know there's different comments on the iPad than there is on my phone. Whoops, that's not what I want to do. Oh, there, I found it right away. Great, okay. So we are also tonight, these are some coffee filter flowers that I made a while ago. And so we're gonna make some more of these because I want to do a nice bright spring wreath with them. So that's, is it close enough? Can you see? So we're gonna make some more of these. And then I have another project drying in the in my laundry room, actually. So we'll see if that gets finished. Welcome, Elaine. So if you didn't hear the news, I have launched my bean box. What's a bean box? A bean box is a box that has fun little goodies that you can give as a gift. So we have a marbled bodysuit, and it's marbled front and back. We have a marbled burp cloth, and it's super soft on the inside, very absorbent. And we have a marbled receiving blanket. All of them in the set will be color coordinated. And I don't have one here yet, but then there's also a sleep sack that will have a heart of the marbled fabric put on it so it coordinates with the set. And the sleep sack will be either gray or white. I'm having trouble getting the white ones. The gray ones are on their way. And then also you get the little marbled sneakers. Sorry, it's backwards for me, so. Aren't those just adorable? And then you get 2 coffee mugs, and the saying on them will depend upon if they're new parents or if they're experienced parents. So let's see, is that all? And I think that's it. If I'm forgetting something, I apologize. I also will be having some little dresses made from the bodysuits. I made one, if any of you follow Small Town Wreath Shop, Craig and Melissa, I made one for their little granddaughter and put that in their bean box. So that's what that's all about. I'm gonna have 2 levels. One will have the burp cloth, the receiving blanket, and the bodysuit. And the other will have everything I just mentioned: the burp cloth, the receiving blanket, the bodysuit, the shoes, the mugs. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, and the sleep sack. So all of that comes in the 2 boxes. They're not yet on Etsy. They will be as soon as I can get those sleep sacks in. So I'm hoping by the end of the week they will be listed. If you know you want something, go ahead and message me and I can get you on my list, and we'll get you in and out first on the list. So, okay, all of that, and now we're gonna start having some fun. So I'm gonna move the camera, I'm gonna point it down toward the tank. This is my 20, I think it's 20 inches or 20, yeah, I think it's 20 inches by 72 inches. It's actually about 80 inches because my scarves are 14 by 72. So this is a little bit longer than what I needed, but it gives me a little extra room. And I'm just doing flat things tonight, but I need, when I'm doing the bodysuits, I place them down and then I pick it up and turn it over and then do the other side. So I need some length in order to get that done. So, okay. Once the bodysuit comes off of the tank, I'll take it off of the board, put it in a bucket of just fresh water to rinse some of the excess paint off, and then it'll go in a baggie, and then I'll rinse it again afterwards, hang it up to dry. So that's kind of the process that we'll go through tonight. I will have to dry off this board so that when I put the second one on, it doesn't get wet. Because once it's wet, it will not take the paint. So, hello Juanita, welcome. So, where is everyone watching from? I am in the beautiful Gem State. I am in Idaho, southwestern Idaho, near Boise. I grew up in the northern part of this state, and now we're down here in the southern part. Love, my heart stays up in the northern part though, because that's my childhood. I love it when I go up there every time. Okay, so now I'm gonna quit yakking about this, and I'm gonna turn the camera, and then we can start playing with the paint. So hold on if this makes you seasick. Look away. Hi, Kimberly. Excuse the mess of the garage. I'm working in the garage tonight since there's not enough room. Okay, now if this goes down fast, I apologize. So I have yet to get the entire tank in the photo. This is pretty close though, I can't tell. I have a bar at the end, so Illinois, awesome. I hope to be back there in July for Crafters Convention. So I need to get out some newsprint. All of my life I've hated newsprint. I don't like the ink getting on my fingers, but for this art form I need it. So you just saw me, if you were here, put the water. Hi, Connie. Well, welcome. I welcome all newbies. Where are you watching from, Connie? Oh, North Carolina for Kimberly. I use this, I just poured this in, and now I want to skim the surface to make sure there's no dust or anything that would be sitting on the surface that might marbling is a very finicky art form, so it can behave all different ways. You never know what you're going to get. Humidity, St. Louis, Missouri. Awesome. Hi, Carrie. Welcome. So you want a nice, clean surface. So I just take the newsprint. And just swipe along the surface. That'll remove anything that was resting there. And now I'm going to take another piece. And I am going to bar off part of it. So I will prepare this side for, hi Val, welcome. And this side in the same colors with the same pattern. And then when I place the first one here, I will then pick it up, turn it over, and place the second one on this side. Because as I bring the piece up out of the water, all of the paint, it will start moving around and try to fill the void. The paint that didn't go onto the shirt. All right, so let's give this a try. So for this one, I made this kind of peachy color here last night, and then a light gray. So we're going to use white. I almost always start with white. The more paint that's on the surface of your project, the more vibrant and full your colors will be. So I usually start with white. Oh, and I'm going to run out of paper towels real soon. If you've watched me, hi Sandra, welcome. If you watch me a while, I can't marble without a paper towel in my hand. Nobody knows why, but I can't do it. So this is just acrylic paint that I'm putting down on the surface. This is a very relaxing art form. Okay. So what I think I'll do is use this peach and then the gray and then the peach again. And if I miss your comment, I apologize. I look down, not up. So if I can catch it, I will. Now, we'll see. I just mixed this last night, so I'm not sure. Okay, see how slowly that is spreading out? So that tells me it's a little too thick. So I'm going to remedy that real quick. Now I want it to spread out, but I don't want it to spread too far. I was trying to decide what color I wanted to put with this peachy color, but I just decided this soft gray would work. So let's try it again. Have bubbles because I just shook it up. That's still just a tad bit thick. It should be the consistency of 2% milk. And it always sounds like it is until I try to drop it. Now I use high quality acrylic paints. It seems to give me the best results. I know a lot of other people don't use the high quality paints, but I like the vibrancy that it gives me. Okay, let's go. All right, hold on, hold please. Let me go get something that coats this a little bit better. Hold please. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I grabbed a new roll of paper towel while I was in there. So I'm just gonna see if I can get this to float better. There's a very fine line between floating and taking over your project and floating just right. Bubbles in this art form are not your friend. So I always will pop the bubbles. See how much faster that is spreading? I think that's just almost correct. I like that. All right. I meant to bring the that solution outside, but I forgot. Hi, June. Welcome. Again, this is just acrylic paint. Obviously, I've had to thin it some. And you can watch when I put the gray in, the gray will push against this peach color. And I'm just getting started and my hands are already getting filled with paint. And I can't wear gloves. We'll see what the gray does. I just mixed that one last night too. Oh, look at that. Look how much that one pushes. So if you watch, it will expand and then it will contract, and the peach dots around it will get smaller and more intense in color. I guess it's a pale color, so it's not going to get super intense, but let's see, I have more gray at the other end, so I better put a few more drops up here. There we go. So now, as I said, I'm going to put some more of the peach in there. And the colors will never blend when they're on the surface of the water. As you can see, I'm dropping the pink or the peach right on the gray. You're never going to get just a muddy mess. So So once I get the paint down, there's any number of ways that you can make your design. Let's see if I can find the lid. I think I want just a little bit more color than that. So let's do the gray again. And watch like these bigger spots of pink. Watch what happens when I put the gray in. This is called throwing stones, and it's actually, you can do it with like a fan brush, or a traditional way is a rose stem and horsehair, and you just tap it on your finger after it's been in the paint, and it's called throwing stones. And you could fill this surface with just the stones and print it just like that. You don't have to do anything else. And that's how the receiving blankets are done. I just use the stone pattern for the receiving blankets, because it's fun to do that for a change. I love moving the paint though. That's my very favorite part. It's very relaxing. There's a little bit of resistance in the water because it's thickened just a little bit, and it's so wonderful to move. You never want to stop. Oh, I was trying to shake it a little bit, but that's just giving me bubbles. I don't want bubbles. Not supposed to squeeze the bottle. You just let gravity let it drip into the tank. If you squeeze it and you get a stream of paint, it's going to sink. And we only use the surface, so there's no, thank you, Barbara. There's no, you're wasting paint by squeezing the bottle. It serves no purpose. So you just want to let it drip. And I just keep layering the paint until I feel like we have enough. All right, and since I do want it mostly pink, I have to, or peach, I kept mixing last night, and hey, Ellen Wellen, how are you? Hi, Marcia. So I kept mixing, and then I have a little sleep sack that I ordered that was supposed to be pink, and it's peach. So I kept mixing and checking it against the color of that, so I hope it turns out close enough. It looked like it when I was mixing. So I've got bubbles here. I have bubbles here. There we go. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. I see one more bubble over here. There we go. So I'm going to put these over here so I don't knock them off. Okay, so now my I'm doing well now that I'm home from the office and doing what I love. So my very expensive tool, it's literally a bamboo skewer. So now I comb my pattern for the bodysuits. So I just start with a back and forth, and I try not to drag the tip of this skewer on the bottom. It gives you a much smoother design if you keep it up off the bottom. Every now and then you'll see me drag it accidentally. There's just ever so little resistance on this, and it's just wonderful. Okay, and now we'll do the other end. You'll hear me kick the bottles that I put right here under the table. Of course, I never push them back far enough, so I always kick them. And I do all kinds of projects, not just baby clothes. I do tumblers and obviously the flowers that I'm going to be doing. I've marbled stems from Hobby Lobby, you know, the daisies. I marbled some of those recently. I do hats and camisoles, all kinds of things. I have marbled a great big piece of burlap for a speaker cover. That was a custom order. Okay, so now I'm going to get my tool. This is, hi Allie. Thank you, Ellen. I'm trying to match a sleep sack that I bought that was the wrong color. So there we're gonna, that's where we start with this pattern. Oh. I couldn't find my tool. It wasn't in its correct location. So now this is a comb. There are a couple teeth missing out of it, but nobody's gonna know. And this was one of the first ones that I ever made. I now know how to make them differently, but I never have time to make a new one. So I'm just gonna pull this. And then I'm going to put it in over here. And pull it. Now if I wanted, I could slide this back and forth and it makes really pretty little designs, but since I didn't on that side, I won't over here either. All right. And since these are wooden, I always take the time to wipe it off. But you can see by looking at this, if you can tell, it has all kinds of paint on it. Okay, set that over there. Now, I can take this and kind of swirl around. Okay, so now I am ready to marble the bodysuit. Okay, say a little prayer. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Okay, so now I'm going to pick it up, flip it over, and then put it down on this side. Okay, I didn't need to be careful with this, putting the back down, because the front was already wet. So there's the front. Can you see it? It might be too bright in here. And there's the back. The design is definitely on there. Once it's rinsed and hanging up, I can show it to you. This seems to have worked very nice. Get some, all the water, it got up in there and it was, now it's dripping out. So I'll just take this back off. And these items are washable. There it is, it's off. So I'm gonna just take this and put it right into a bucket of fresh water. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Katie. It looks a lot more vibrant. You can see the colors a lot better in person. Hello, Liz. Welcome. And then I just put it into a Ziploc baggie, and that's where it'll stay until... Thanks, Shelly. Can you see the color, Shelly? I can't tell from this end. Where it will stay until I rinse it out after I get everything put away. Hold on. It's kind of difficult to start a new roll of paper towels when your hands are wet. So as I said, I am going to wipe this off. And then I have a towel. Oh, good. Thank you. Thank you, Connie. Thank you, Juanita. I'm just trying to get this dried off as much as I can. And I want to make sure there's no paint on it that might come off on the other one that I'm putting on here. I didn't want to make two of these little forms in case it didn't work. All right. So now I have my microfiber towel, and I will just make sure it's all dry. I can feel the moisture on the other side. This side is textured. This is actually a piece, hi Cindy, a piece from a fluorescent light cover. I thought it might be flexible enough, but it kept breaking. I took the heat gun to it and then I cut it with big heavy duty scissors, but it still it broke when I was trying to put it on for the first time. I'm going to put it down over here and just make sure it's very dry. So ideally, I would have several of these all loaded up and ready, and then just be able to print, but hashtag real life, I have one. So let me get the next one loaded, and then I'll show you what we do with this paint here. Takes me a minute to get it on here. So did anybody get to do anything fun today? Okay, there we go. That wasn't so bad. And here we are, ready to start again. Let me get it snapped. So if I had a small piece of something, actually see what happens when I pull that out. See the big splotches? I know this out here looks okay, but all of that was out there moves in and tries to fill up this area where the paint was taken out. So I don't use any of this. I could swirl something else. I could use just what's around here, but I don't like it. I like it nice and precise and full, just like it is when it goes down. So what I do, this is the only time you're going to see me reading a newspaper, is when I put it down on the paint. Okay, I'm just making sure there's no bubbles underneath. Again, if I missed your comments or your questions, I apologize. As I'm working, it's hard for me to keep track of the comments. I do come back and answer questions and say hello. And if you're new or you've been on my page for a long time, I appreciate you spending the evening with me. And see, it just picks up that paint. You can't see it very well. When I get up closer to that end, you'll be able to see it. It's so much nicer working out in the garage than in the bedroom, because I don't have to worry about it dripping. So see the paint on there? I know it's such a light color, it's hard to see. And every time I do this, it takes water out of the tank. So if I put 2 full gallons, I'll probably get, 2 full bottles, I should say. In here, I'll only get like 1.5 out, depending on how much I marble. And after I'm done, I empty the tank, I break everything down so my husband can get his car back in the garage. And there we go. That took all the paint off the surface. I have a few bubbles here. I think I'll do it, clear it one more time. When I'm at a show, my husband is usually the one that clears the tanks. He's very nervous around people he doesn't know. And so this gives him something to do, and he doesn't have to talk to strangers. Hi, Pat. I tease him about stranger danger all the time. My husband's like 6'5". He's not a tiny man. He has stranger danger. All right, there we go. I can't even get him to come out and read comments for me. Of course, right now he's working. He has to get up at 4 a.m., so he'll probably be in bed before I even get done. All right, so let me get a piece of newsprint. I will put it in the center again, and we'll do number 2. All right, I need a drink. these bottles in these containers because it's easy. I can put a lid on them, but then I can never find the colors I want. And I labeled all of the ones that I made last night. There we go. Here it is. I found it. So this time I do sometimes take the large tanks to shows. Not always. Sometimes I use, if I'm doing hats or anything dimensional, I'll use this bin here. You can tell it's been used. But sometimes, and I also have a 24 by 24 inch tank that I use sometimes. So I've had them all at shows at the same time before. Hello, Julianne. Welcome. All right, so we're going to start off the same way. So I made a navy blue. I didn't have a true navy blue. I had an indigo, and it has just a little bit of purple to it, which should not be surprising. But I wanted a true navy, and I was matching another sleep sack, so we'll see how this turns out. Again, I just mixed this one, so we'll see if it floats or if it needs a little bit more persuasion. Oh yeah, this one floats. Look at that. Compared to what the pink did, look at that. Each color has its own property, so it behaves as it wants to on the water. Some of it has to do with how it's mixed. Sometimes I do a better job mixing than other times. And if you're interested in learning how to do this, I do have a kit in my Etsy store. And it comes with all the instructions, and I'm always here to help you troubleshoot. So now look at the blue. Now I want you to watch the blue as I put the gray in. And the gray is not pushing as much. That blue is very powerful. So it's not, if you remember the gray, on the pink, it pushed the pink right out of the way. Notice it's not doing that to the blue. Teal is one of the most powerful pushers. And I have an orange that used to push really hard too. So we'll just keep layering the paint in here until that blue gets to the color I want it to be. Because it's all about surface tension. The colors will push against one another. Okay, I'll get a little bit more gray in there. Can you see this is the drop? Can you see it? This is the drop that I dropped this last time around, and this is the first one. So can you see how this one is a little darker? Because it's been pushed. I'm really anxious to see what this color is going to look like when it prints. Because sometimes they don't always look exactly like they do on the water. let's do one more thing of blue. Look how hard that pushes. That just makes me laugh. Now you can really see how the blue we put in first is getting darker. I really like the way this looks right now. I like that end better than I like this end, so I'm going to add more gray over here. And we've got a bubble. All right. Now just a touch more blue. As the tank fills up, that blue will not be able to push as hard. There. All right, let's get these out of the way. And I do use a couple different types of, or brands of paint, and I cannot interchange them. Some people have said they can do it, but I can't get them. If I drop one on another, the one I'm dropping on top will sink. It does it every time for me. And I can do what's called freeform. I can just move this around any way I want to, but since I'm doing the bodysuits, I'm gonna comb all the bodysuits. It's such a tiny little area that you want some finer lines in the design. Because freestyle, you just take this, hi Beth, and just move it around however you want, and you end up with some bigger blocks of color. This piece is freeform. So there was no combing. It was just, I don't want to touch it with my other hand. I have paint on it. And I really enjoy, when I created this set, having different patterns on different pieces. It's not all combed, it's not all freeform, so it makes me very happy that you get a sampling of how marbling can look in the bean box. All right, almost ready for combing. If you have any questions, go ahead and just type them in. I probably won't be able to get them now. If I see them, I will answer. If I don't see them, I will answer later. It may not be till tomorrow, because by the time I get everything cleaned up here and then everything rinsed and hung, it'll be late. And I have to get up at 5 a.m. again tomorrow. Okay, there we go. Hands are starting to look like I've been marbling. So let me get the comb. All right, there we go. This is called Hebrew water marbling. It was created in the 15th century. And I did not know about it until about 5 years ago. And I discovered this. I saw a bandana being printed and I just caught my breath, because I've always loved fabrics and fibers, and to know I could do that myself just blew my mind. Okay, so do this one this direction. I'm not going to swirl this one. I usually love to swirl after I've combed it, but I'm not going to this time. So I don't think this turned out nearly as dark as I would have liked it to, but I think it might be okay. We'll see. If not, that's all right. I can wait and put this with one of the gray sleep sacks. Got to get it off the form. There we go. This is why it's hard when it's not on a frame to put it down, because see how wiggly it is and it gets heavy. So into the bucket of water. Yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I was hoping for a more true navy, a deeper navy. But it looks kind of pretty. I'm not unhappy with it. All right, in another baggie. You really can't tell through the bag. Thank you, Shelley. Thank you, Juanita. I see another part of another comment. Hi, Beth. Okay, so there's that. I feel like I had another blue in there. It would have been brighter, but I wanted a true navy color. It looked navy when I was mixing it last night. So I'll mix a little bit more color in there, and that will help it not spread quite so much. Okay, let's get this color out of here. Just trying to make sure there's no bubbles under the paper, because if there's a bubble, the paint will stay in that bubble. And if any of you are pet lovers, I also have dog bandanas that I marble. I actually sew them, and we can marble them if you're interested. I have a variety of sizes. Okay, one more piece. And I can tell you some colors are much more difficult to get out of the tank than others. Move this out of the way. always coming up with some crazy idea. I have ideas that just attack me in the middle of the night. Right before I fall asleep, something will pop into my head, and then I can't rest for the rest of the night. I'll be wondering, now how am I going to make that happen? What am I going to have to do? All right, let me clear that one more time. Now, if you see any color floating in the tank, like this right here, there's a cloudy area with some blue in it. That is paint that has sunk beneath the surface, and it really doesn't impact our design at all. We only deal with the surface. All right, so now we're going to marble our coffee filters so I can make some more flowers. All right, so I want purple, and yellow. I'm going to, I think I'm going to do this in half again because I need 8. Hi Treva, or Treva, if I'm mispronouncing, I apologize. I only need 8 coffee filters per flower. I see some little bits of that blue. I thought that blue might cause an issue coming out of the tank. Reds, blues, and blacks are the most difficult to get out. Okay. So now I'll get a piece and put it in the center. So this is the other brand of paint. I have about 3, but this is, let me shake it up. The one I was using first is my favorite, but this one does nicely too. And I think this is what I used on the purple and yellow flowers, so that's what we're gonna go with here. Cannot get rid of that blue. I'm going to throw the cap away. Okay, let's see. Whoops. Okay, let's use this purple. Is this the dark one? I think we're going to do it we're going to mix it up a little bit from the other one. No two flowers are alike, right? How big that pushes. Again, the colors will never blend on the surface. Now this time I am going to freeform. Ooh, look how pushy that one is. So I'm gonna, ooh, look at that, it's taken over. Come back with some of this. I think I'll even drop some more yellow in there. Now see how dark the purple that I put in first became? Okay, so let's see what we get here. Okay. I just wiped purple all over my table. These poor tables. Okay, so we're just going to freeform this any which direction we feel like moving it. I just make big circles and S's and L's and curlicues. If you want to do a heart when you're marbling, you take the tool, you put it up above the drop, and you just pull through just like that. But now I'm going to swirl it all up. Okay, let's see if I can put down 8 coffee filters in there. And I kicked the bottle again. There's 1, 2, there we go. Oh, I hope I left enough room. What do you want to bet? I can only get 7 in here. Oh no, I'll be able to do it. Whew. There's 6. 7. And 8. And I forgot my board. Forgot I was doing paper. 1 second. Excuse me. Okay, I just put some cardboard out on the floor. So with paper, you have to do it a little bit differently than you do cloth. So there's the first one. There's the second one, and then I'll take this little bottle of water I have here, and rinse it right into the little tub. This just does the same thing as the when I rinse the cloth in the bucket. Just takes off any excess paint. I have a drying rack. I have a folding clothes rack that I usually hang those on, but it's in the bathtub where I was using it to dry these when I prepped them. Yeah, I was wondering one day, I don't remember what I was doing. Oh, I use coffee filters when I'm wiping down something I'm going to epoxy because it doesn't leave lint behind. And then I thought, oh, I wonder if I can marble with that. Okay. There's the wrist. Now, you see this here, the way the paint has behaved right in this area. Thank you so much. Hi, Charlotte. I appreciate you sprinkling out the video. That's a little bit of reaction because I'm using the different paint. There must have been just a little bit of that other paint left on the surface. I love it though for these flowers, that organic look to it doesn't bother me at all. So I'm just laying these out on a piece of cardboard. Until such time as I take them in the house and hang them up. And this one wanted to fold up on itself, of course. This material is quite durable. It doesn't tear very easily. All right. Get the last two of this color out of here. They just disappear on the water. Oh, you know what? I'm such a ninny sometimes. Guess I should turn them over. Hi, Lynn. I've got to find a new home for the little frame. So I'm just refilling my bottle here in the rinse bucket. All right. Now let's do the other end. So I need a teal, looks like I used a teal, a blue, and a yellow. So let's go back to this. Let's use this one and this one. Oh, and the teal. So this is what we're going to use for the next one. Hi, Mary. Teal is one of my favorite. Teal and pink are my favorite colors to work with. I think I might have to do some pink flowers too. I wish I could zoom in for you, but I'm not able to. Just laying down my white base. Now I want you to watch how this teal behaves. Thank you. Look how far that pushes. I really like this color. Okay, let's do the yellow. And the blue. Now this blue was just mixed, so we'll see how it floats. Oh, it's floating nice. Look how pretty that is. Oh, it makes me feel good when I mix one and it floats right away. Oh, that's pretty. Can you see that? Oh, it's so pretty. I don't even think I need more paint at all in that one. Okay. Oh, this is pretty. I've got a bubble in the yellow. There's just a little bit of resistance here, and this, I just call it very zen. You can just lose yourself in the movement of the paint. Oops, another bubble. There's no right or wrong way to move the paint. You just don't want to go too fast. As I've said a couple times, bubbles are not our friend. All right, there we go. There's flower number 2. So let's see if I left enough room to get 8 in here. One. I'm trying to get clear up against the newsprint here. 2. I have a whole stack of these. 3. 4. 5. 6. You know, and not one of these is exactly the same as the other. Each spot on these, each coffee filter is different. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I did it. Now let's if I can be smart enough to pull the right side out of the water. And they don't have to sit in here any specific time. I just am just pulling them out. I can't do them all at once. Oh, these turned out pretty. Now you are seeing some of the color from behind on the tray. Can you only use the one? No, I can use this water time and time again. I think this is the third time I've used it. As long as it stays refrigerated, you can use it over and over. It will start to smell and it will turn. I have a super sensitive nose, so once it starts smelling bad, I can't use it anymore. But, and depending on how much you marble, it kind of wears out. But I will put it back in the bottles and put it back in the refrigerator. What size are these round fabrics? These are coffee filters. Margie, these are coffee filters. So whatever, I would say this is about 8 inches maybe. I could be wrong, maybe 6. I don't always. I usually do, because the only purpose that serves is to get, put a base down, because it's all about surface tension. You want lots of paint on the surface so it all pushes against one another and your colors are more vibrant. You can use any color you want to start with. I generally use white. It's not as expensive as the other colors. But I have done teal as a base. I've done red as a base. You can do anything as the base. When I first learned it, when I did it for the first time, the person helping me said that they use white, and so I probably just picked that up there, but I just like it because it's a neutral background. Usually everything you're marbling, not all the time, but mostly what you're marbling is white, so it doesn't really take away from what you're doing. But you absolutely can start with whatever color you want. Oh, I need that. I'm not done. That was only the first 2. I marble on paper, a lot of paper. My preference is I have a really nice, it's not the super thin, but it's a rice paper. I have some really thin rice paper, and then I have the other stuff. I don't know what the difference is. One's just heavier, but oh, they marble so beautifully. I'm very particular about my materials. Well, I'm very particular about everything. Who am I kidding? But I like certain papers. Some people will marble on just copy paper, but I've never gotten a result from copy paper that satisfies me. There's a paper, it's called Masa, M-A-S-A. I have the bowls made, Barbara, but I haven't marbled them yet. That's next week. I'll marble those next week. I was going to do it this week, but then I decided I needed to do those bodysuits. They are sewn together and they're prepped. They are ready to go. So I'm anxious to see how it's going to take. All right. So if you are new here, I have sewn since I was 8 years old. So I sew everything. I made these rope bowls, and I'm gonna try next week to marble those and see how they come out. Usually I'll make the rope bowls and I'll cover it with fabric. I tried it with marbled fabric, but you really don't get the beauty of the marbled fabric. So I just did some plain white rope ones, and we're going to try to marble that next week. But I need to use the deeper bin because it's a dimensional item, so I have to have some depth. The tape that I'm using now is only for flat items like fabric or paper, you know, clothing, because it's not very deep. And your tank must allow you to accommodate the piece you're marbling. All right. I still have 2 more in there, don't I? I keep putting this thing down like I'm done. Again, I'm just rinsing this off very carefully with just some regular water. These things want to slide right off into the rinse tub. Oh, they're so pretty. I'm not sure how many I'm going to need to do what I want to do. Here, let me rinse that a little bit more. I'm happy with that. There we go. So I'm not sure, this will make 6 or 7 flowers. I don't remember how many coffee filters I prepped. Now we get to put it down and clean it up again. Hi, Carla. How are you? Let's see if I can. No, I do this tennis shoes in this tub here. The one I'm using is a rinse tub right now. I use it in this tub. It has to be deeper than what I have in front of me. Since they're, you know, maybe about this deep, I have to have more water. I only have about maybe a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch deep here. So I do all shoes. I do adult shoes. I do flip-flops. I marble, you know, the little hand fans that you unfurl, you know, go psh. The ones that open like this, I can do those, all in this tub that I am now using to rinse. I do dog bandanas in there. I also, in this big tank, I do the long scarves. I do men's ties, men's silk ties. Oops, I don't know why I did that. I can do bow ties, hats, obviously, visors. I did a straw hat. I did that in the tub, though. Gosh, what else have I done? I do wine glasses. I do stemmed and stemless wine glasses. I do the acrylic earrings. I do leather. So I can marvel just on many, many things. They don't always turn out right. Some days are better than others. The weather impacts this art form. So sometimes if the humidity is wrong, it won't turn out right or behave. I did not know he was going to do that, Margie. I was at work and I saw the text message come through that he was going to open the bean box. I just started shaking. I just was not expecting that, and I couldn't really watch because I was at work, but I turned it on for just a few seconds, and his excitement just made me laugh. That's what I wanted. That's exactly the feeling I like when I'm giving a gift or, you know, have something new. I love that when people are excited about it. But that's the big bean box, the one that Scott has for his little grandson Dallas. And I was so excited to get it sent. I was hoping to get it sent to him before Dallas was born, and then he was born early, and I was in a little bit of a panic. Hi, Joni. And now I'm cleaning the surface, taking all the excess paint off the surface. See, it's on the newsprint and not on the water. So this makes it so you're ready and have a fresh tank to start again. So I just need one page. Photo's kind of weird looking on the water. All right, there we go. It's all clean, all fresh, ready to roll again. All right. I just was looking at my flowers that I had marbled before. They all, what I just now noticed, they all have yellow in them. I didn't notice that. And this is in, oh. Luckily we know this does not hurt them. And this is my attempt, I just looked at the light, of shamrocks. I did this last year. And I've got the gold on the glitter on the top and on the bottom. That's backwards for me, guys, I'm so sorry. Hi, Joyce. But I need another coat of epoxy on this, and I just haven't done it, so I was letting it hold my flowers. I have probably 3 tumblers that need a final coat of epoxy, and there they sit, needing a final coat of epoxy. All right. So let's put this in here. I think I'm going to cut it in half just so I don't have to be so worried about. What this does is keeps the color over here and the color over here. It'll keep them separate. Separate. I can't speak. It's been a long day. There we go. Fuzz in the tank. All right, so I want to do a pink flower because pink is my thing. And just to be consistent, I will throw in a little bit of yellow. So these are the two colors I'm using, and the yellow. Thank you, Lee. Again, the bead boxes should be listed. I hope to get my sleep sacks this week. If I don't, they will go up just as soon as I have a complete set. I have a set that is everything except for the sleep sack. And they're really yummy sleep sacks too. They're so very soft. Again, I was fairly particular. See, that one could be thinned down just a smidgen. And then I think I'll come in with that bright one again once I get the yellow in. I had a feeling the yellow was going to be kind of pushy. So let's come in with this bright one. This is a magenta. Okay, I like that. So I'm going to let you pick, let's see, assuming I have enough. Yeah, I do. What colors are on the next one? It must include yellow. But this one down here, you can pick. So be thinking about what you want on that flower. I have the teal, two of the teal. I have a red and yellow, and I have the purple and yellow. The red and yellow I did last time. Can you see when I hit the bottom of the tank? Once this water is used enough and I won't use it anymore, I take it, oh look, we have a bug. I take it out and I put it on my plants. This has a little bit of seaweed powder in it to help thicken the water. And the plants love it. All right. Oops. No, I don't know why I did that. But see how it doesn't matter? You just make it do whatever you want it to do. The pattern that I just did back and forth, that's the traditional way to start this art form. All right, let's get 8 more in there. The my friend who is having a baby that inspired the bean box, she does not even know about it yet, and it's so difficult for me to not say anything. I can't tell you how many times I've almost gone, oh yeah, and then I have to bite my tongue. So look, I just drug this. Can you see the wet spot there? There it is. I drug it across this edge and it got wet. So that spot's not going to take color at all. It will just be the color of the coffee filter. No, this one was bent. The filters take the paint just delightfully. Okay, there's 8 of those. Because the pattern that I use, it takes 8 coffee filters. These things like to fold over. It sounds like it's starting to get windy out. My garage door is creaking. Where's my, there it is. Yeah, the 2 little bodysuits that I did look pretty muted compared to the ones I've done before. And I think it's just because the colors are so pale. Just soft, I guess, is the word. And I apologize for missing any questions or comments. My children tease me about having T-Rex arms. Because I'm not very tall and my legs and my arms are very short. And I'm trying to reach with a floppy piece of paper out into, hi Angela, thanks Shelly, out into the middle of a big piece of cardboard. And it's a struggle to say the least. You see those? Thank you. All right. Let me go put these 2 down. And one thing, if these dry all, crooked and with a lump in it and anything, I can take an iron and just smooth them right out. I'll just press them and they just flatten right out. I usually press all of my papers after they've been marbled, and then I usually put them under something heavy so they flatten out nice. Some paper just behaves super nicely and others not so much. As long as it takes the color nice, that's all I care. 2 more in here. And then I'll make sure I count, make sure we have enough for 1 more flower. I know, they're always mine too, Shelly. I could use pink on everything. Pink and teal is also pretty together. That magenta is just gorgeous. And I'm just very gentle as I'm rinsing this. I'm just using a little water bottle. So did you come up with any colors for the last flower? Do I have any recommendations for that last flower? Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I look forward to that. Purple, yellow, and orange. Oh, I have purple and yellow, but not orange. Hi, Karen. I wish these comments would stay up. Oh, and I just love doing the girl ones, the pink ones. Actually, all of them are fun. Purple and yellow. I did a purple and yellow to start with, and this is the one I already had done. And I did do another purple and yellow one already. So purple and yellow is I'm not gonna do another one of those today. So let's see, what else do we have? Purple and teal and yellow. Oh, I've done a teal and yellow also. I've done another one like this today. This is the other color. I did a pink one rather than, this is kind of it's kind of smushed because this is one of the ones I dropped in the water. I'll fix it once it's dry, but this is the kind of orange and reddish and yellow, of course. Should I do another one of these? Yellow and orange? Yeah, I think so too, with a pop of just a little bit of red in it. 3 shades of blue. Well, let me see how many I have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, I have enough for 2 more flowers. So let's do one that's yellow, orange, and red, and then I'll do the blues. How about that? So let me get the paint for the, let's see, I have yellow. I think I used these for that one. This one. Get the other yellow, the other white. Okay. So this is clear, so we're going to go ahead and work down here, and then I'll do the last one down there. Okay. This is another tumbler that I've done. Had to put my favorite state on there. I like the big water bottles, so they're always, I I also do 30 ounce and 20 ounce skinnies. Mostly 30 ounces. I like the bigger ones. I'm an ice person, so I fill it up with ice. Hi, Kay. I fill it up with ice, and if I don't have a big cup, then it's all ice and no liquid. I remember my grandmother, she would always say, if you get all that ice, you're not getting anything. And I'm going, but Grandma, the ice melts. But then I would watch her do her iced tea. She was raised in Texas, so her sweet tea, and she would put a lot of ice in it. I was chuckling to myself, going, this apple did not fall far from the tree. Okay, that's good. Doesn't have to have a lot of it. There's the red. Let's do some orange. Oh, you should see the project that I was working on today at lunch. I like to do everything. I cross stitch. I actually have marbled the cross stitch fabric, the Ada cloth, and so I cross stitch, I sew, I knit, I crochet, I do embroidery, I quilt. Oh, I do everything. And where was I going with that? I started to say something, now it's gone. Good grief, I hate getting old. I had a point of what I was saying. I don't know what it was right now, though. I got off track when I said, oh, and oh, that's what I was telling you what I did today at lunch. I have recently, right before Crafters Convention this last year, I started blinging. I actually blinged the hat that I'm wearing. And I love sparkle. I love glitter. I love all that. But if you can see my hat, I'm not going to take it off because my hair is a mess now. But I blinged, this is my freeform bling. I just selected a section that had white in it, and then I covered it in bling. Well, I have painted a tumbler, and I am blinging the tumbler. I've done one before. I did it for my oldest daughter for her birthday last December, and it was so stinking fun. And so my youngest daughter just graduated with her master's degree this past May. Excuse me. And the school colors, which I've been a fan of since I was in grade school, since I grew up just 12 miles from the university, are black and gold. And so I'm going to do, oh, why can't I think of words? Words are hard. Words are hard. I am going to do where it kind of blends from one to the other. And on top it's gold and the bottom is going to be black, and in between they're kind of going to be interspersed. Somebody tell me what that word is. I'm getting tired, I can tell. When my words go away, I'm getting tired. What's the much to my chagrin, I have to right now. I'm hoping to build this business up enough so I can retire. That is my goal. I would love to do this full time. I would love to have a storefront where I can offer, you know, workshops and you know, have kids in and show them how to do this and all of that. That would be ombre. Thank you, Sharon. Thank you. It's gonna ombre gold into black. So it's looking so very pretty right now. All right, let's get these things in here. And I'm very careful. I don't use the logo or anything like that of the school. But it will definitely have the feel. Go Vandals. And if you're new to my page, my daughter, my youngest, who just graduated in May with her master's, has been accepted to, she was accepted into 3 different veterinary schools. And so she's going to start at Washington State University, which keeps her close to me, and so I'm very thankful, this fall in veterinary school. Yeah, here I am. I'm the person who I'm very creative. I like to do all the creative things. And I have one daughter who is studying to be a nurse's assistant, one daughter who's studying to be a veterinarian, and one who's a scientist. And me and science just kind of don't get along very well. It's like, ew, when they start talking about things. But they love it, and that's all that matters. I can just smile and nod, smile and nod. All right, there we go. Yep, that's 8. I've got sandals on, I can count. Thank you so much, Margie. We are just, when she called to tell me she got her first acceptance letter, I was in tears. So it was just a wonderful, wonderful day. She had tried after her undergrad and did not get in. But I think it was not anything other than she didn't fill out the application correctly. And so we made sure that didn't happen the next time around. And she just did it all on her own. And it was fantastic. My oldest has been going down to Mexico with her job and working, and you know, with everything that's going on right now, I just hate for her to be out of the country. And you know, she's like, "Oh, Mom," and I'm just like, "Yeah, but you don't understand." All right, this red is going to give me fits, I can tell. This red is wanting to run. Oh, that's just underneath. Never mind. This mama likes her babies close. I've got one in Boise, one up in Moscow, Idaho. Moscow, not Moscow. And one over in Bend, Oregon. No, I mean, excuse me. She was in Bend. Now she's in Grants Pass, Oregon. All right. These things just fold up. They just really want to ball up. There we go. Sorry this takes me so long. That was a battle. That one just wanted to keep curling up on itself. Oops, knocking things over. Hi Kim, welcome. These are marbled coffee filters. and we're going to do some coffee filter flowers. If you don't know, every Thursday night I have a craft night, and I do something generally using my marbled items. I do reserve the right to do something that's not marbled now and again, but generally that's what I do. I will be marbling some yardage soon so I can start a baby quilt. I think the hardest part of this whole project is getting these coffee filters off this board and onto the cardboard over there. I'm very happy that it's starting to get warmer now, because when I get water on the floor, I don't have to worry about it freezing. Hello, Linda, welcome. We are marbling some coffee filters to make coffee filter flowers. I plan to do an entire wreath using the coffee filter flowers. Got 2 more left in here. Okay, there's the next 2. Let's hope, Margie, let's hope. When I do the receiving blankets for the bean boxes, I have an enormous frame that I set out here in the garage, and I work from that because it's big enough to accommodate the size of the blanket. And I always, hold on. Had to concentrate there. Make my items a little bit oversized. When I make a baby quilt, it's huge. It's like well, not huge, but it's like, 58 by 60 something, depending on the size of the block. So they're not just little bitty things when I'm making them. These, I cut the receiving blankets, I think 38 by 40, or close there too. So they're good size. I'm so anxious for my materials to arrive so I can get started really doing, working on the bean boxes. I had 2 complete ones, and then I have the majority of 2 more ready, but the one is a gift. So I had that yellow set that I was showing. once I get the sleep sack. And, you know, Amazon used to get you stuff in 2 days, and they don't seem to do that anymore. And I just wish we could go back to that. Impatient is my middle name. Okay. Dropping things on the floor here. Okay, this just pulls the paint right out of the tank and cleans it up for the next round. Now, if this red doesn't give me a fit, I'll be surprised. See, can you see this dot right here? I don't know if you can see it or not. That is a little bit of red that's sunk. Just sitting on the bottom. Now, and there's one here, and then there's some blue ones. And every now and then, they'll just sink, just because. And that's okay. As long as they're not all sinking. Again, if you're interested in learning how to marble, I have a kit. I also have a digital book on my website that if you're just curious about it, it's not very expensive and it'll tell you most of everything. You know, it gives you a good idea about marbling. What's involved, prep work, all of that. I pushed a purple bubble all the way down there to the end, and here's another one right there. When those bubbles pop, then the paint that's caught in those bubbles, then it disperses across the surface of the water, and we don't want that. And bubbles are not a good thing. So let me get a piece of paper and block off part of this, and we'll do our last flower of the evening. Now let's see, I need to put out another piece of cardboard. There, I just unfolded the one that I already had. Okay, now I'm ready. I ran out of room. All right, there we go. Block that off. So we said shades of blue, right? I am going to throw in some yellow as well, just to help it coordinate, so they all have some yellow in it. Blues. Blue. That's the wrong blue. Let's see how different these are. So for this one, since everyone was asking, I will do my base in yellow. I may still throw some white in later. I don't know what it is, but I always like a little bit of white. I just do the exact same thing as I did with the white. Just fill the base with the color. Ooh. Yeah, so much for a little bit of yellow, huh? Maybe it won't show too much once I get all the blues in here. That's a beautiful blue, isn't it? Ooh, see how fast this one comes out? Whew! Just pours right out. Okay, and then there's one more blue. Pretty similar to the first one, but it's a little bit different. I might even throw in one more. This has just a touch of like a teal in it, or maybe a green. Okay, let me see if I can find one more. See what this one looks like. This will replace my white because it's light enough. Feel like it gives you a little bit of relief from all the color. All right, I think that's good. I've got colors over here all over the place. Just moving this however I want. When I am working at shows and someone new is marbling, I tell them to try to not stir this like you were stirring soup or anything. Just make gentle circles with it. Because in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, everybody has their own taste and their own likes and dislikes, but I don't like it moved so much that you just have tiny little lines and you really can't see the colors and the motion. Some people like it like that, so I don't say you can't do that. It's just my preference is not like that. If it gets like this too much, can you see in that corner? I don't know if you can see that. Or right here, if it gets like that too much, I don't like it. I think it ruins the pattern. But again, that's just my opinion. I like to make sure there's no great big giant blocks of color when I am doing freestyle. Usually, not always. Sometimes I'm good with it. It just really depends on what it is I'm doing. Okay, there we have blue and yellow. And I know you said shades of blue. I hope that's close enough. There was one set of coffee filters that I hung last night to dry, and so I didn't have a chance to flatten those out, and that's this bunch that I'm working with. They're not too bad though. Now I'm going to be very careful not to drag these across the side of the tank like I did last time. Very hard to see these unless you're getting the right light. Kicking that silly bucket. All right, and the last one is going in. Okay, let's see what they look like. See, I'm going to empty the... I just spilled water on the ground. Watch me now be putting things away and slip and fall. Wants to curl up in there. The rice paper does the same thing. It wants to curl up on itself. Oh, here, I'll show you. Well, the medium one, it's just the medium one, Tammy. The big one's leaning against the wall. Right behind, right in front of where I'm standing. These turned out pretty. Good job. Whoever said shades of blue, excellent choice. They're going to look really pretty with this other one too. All the others. I don't even know if you can hear me when I'm talking over there. Thank you, Lee. We had like 64 today. Hey, Leanna, welcome. You had snow. I guess we had rain while I was at work. Thanks, Joni. These are really pretty. Once I get them all over there, I'll take you down and show you. Now, the lighting is not the best out in that end of the garage, but I'll show you how pretty they all look together. See, now I've got this one folded up. There we go. They all look gorgeous over there together on the, and that's on cardboard. Definitely challenging. Getting a workout, stretching, and reaching mostly West Virginia, 25. 24 in Massachusetts. Whew. I know we'll get down into the 30s tonight. But, or maybe the low 40s. We still have a chance of frost here for a little bit longer. But it looked like thunderstorms when I was coming home from work. They looked like they were rolling in from the west. All right. I'm going to walk to the other side this time. Okay, 2 more. Thank you, Tammy. These are going to be for our coffee filter flower wreath that I'm going to try. Now, do I know if I have enough of these yet? I have no clue. They seemed pretty big when I was fiddling with it when we made the first ones. So we may be pretty close. And you know, honestly, if you don't need a tank this big to do this. You could literally get one of those tinfoil baking things from Dollar Tree and work in there. And you could just do one coffee filter and then clean it and then do another one, so they would all be so unique. All right, there we go. They are all done. So let me take you down. Let me dry my hands before I touch the power cord. I might have curly hair if I do that. I hope they look cool when I'm done. All right, here you go. I'm gonna move, so close your eyes if it makes you sick for a second. I'm gonna unplug it. Now let's not drop the phone in the bath. All right. Hey, let me turn you around 1 second here. Let me get turned around. So here they are. I forget it's backwards, so. So I think they all look very pretty together. I'll stand back. These are the ones I just did. The blues and the yellow. And then there's the purples, and then the teals and yellow, teal, blue, and yellow. And then the pink and a magenta. And then the red, orange, and white. So let me stand back and see if I can get them all in. So isn't that a pretty combination? It's backwards for me, guys. There they are. You can kind of see them. So I think that's going to be pretty. And, you know, I may need something else. I don't know. But, okay. Let's turn it back around. So there we go. That's all I have for tonight. We did the 2 bodysuits, and then we did the coffee filters. So that was quite a busy night for me tonight. Now I need to go and clean everything up. I'll drain the tank, get it all cleaned out, put the water back in the refrigerator, take all my paint back inside, fold the tables down, and then go rinse everything and hang it. So it's going to be busy after I say goodbye, but I wish you a wonderful, wonderful week. I hope you enjoyed what you saw tonight. And please, if you're so inclined, come back. Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Shelley. Come back on Thursday night and we'll be crafting with something that I've marbled. I have an idea what I want to do. So it does not include paper coffee filters this time. So come on, stop in and see what's going on. If not, I hope to see you next week. Thank you so much, Tammy. Thank you. And have a wonderful week. Take care, everyone. Share a smile with somebody you don't know. It might just make their day. All right. Bye. Thank you for being here.